Guys, Dr. Pam, Academic Coaching for World Changers. How are you? How are you? How are you? It is the 10th of December in 2024. And we had a staff meeting today and talking to my staff. And I said, so many of our clients are off during the Christmas holidays. It's a great time to study. My staff looked at me and said, Dr. Pam, that may not be true. I realized I was a school social worker. I'm a college professor, and I still go by those breaks that are set up because I've worked for the school system for so long. So we're running a special, and I apologize. I apologize. I apologize if you're not one of those school system people. However, if you are, my guidance counselors, my school counselors, my school social workers, if you are off those 2 weeks, we want to help you study. I'll remind you that we are closed. We close December 22nd. Dr. Pam will be on a cruise. Carnival. Yes, I do. I like to gamble. I take that 15 drink a day uh, requirement. Yeah, it's not a requirement, but I take it as a challenge. I'm going to start off my morning many times with that bacon Manhattan. And if you're not sure, just send me an email. I'm a cruiser. I'm a cruiser. When my kids were little, we really wanted to make sure that we share with them the world. We wanted my children that look like me to understand that racism is an American thing. Outside the United States, yes, there's definitely still prejudice. There's definitely still discrimination, but racism was built in the United States. I say that to say, again, I was a social worker. I was in private practice. Had the ability to take these 2 weeks off for the holidays with my kids. And I definitely realized how blessed I was. And I definitely realized in the real world, that's not an option for many people. So this is not for you. However, if you are one of those very few people that are blessed to have the time off and you plan on testing at the end of December or early January, we won't be here. I know we won't be here. Dr. Pam cruises because the price to have her internet is exorbitant. I work all the time. If you've been with me, you know I work all the time. And yes, work life balance is not something I have right now, but there's definitely a goal in the end. I'll retire from my brick and mortar. Hopefully, this time next year, I'll be teaching and living in a different country. All of us have our individual goals, right? We have our 5-year plan, all that. But I just want to remind you, for those of you that are available, that you are planning on the setting, we got a tip for you. Absolutely, because Dr. Pam's always been off. So it's our 12 days of group. So what we're offering to you this week are if you purchase a group session, and I suggest you really look at what you're struggling with. So whether it is human development or the theorists, interventions, whatever it is, code of ethics, social workers, LPCs, my drug and alcohol people, NCHMCE, LMFT, whatever you're struggling with, and you get lucky enough to have these 2 weeks off at Christmas, buy some of our pre-recorded videos. But Dr. Pam, you got lots of free stuff. I sure do. I will sure do. And I'm always going to encourage you not to spend any more money and always, always, always get the free stuff. I was a single mother and I raised 3 children, and I'm not about spending more money. Most of my clients have spent way too much money on material they don't understand. If you know anything about Dr. Pam, we don't ever, ever provide tests. We truly believe that most of our clients spend too much time taking stats questions and don't understand the concept. I know that's our really hardcore belief. We think that most of you have spent thousands of dollars on buying material, on buying the next program or somebody who says this. And what we do is we don't sell a canned program. What we sell is time with a coach or a tutor. And yes, my rates are slightly more expensive than my other coaches, but all of my other coaches have been in the seat as a student. So what we do is we hire from within. And if you ever get a coach that teaches differently than Dr. Pam, let us know, because that is not acceptable. Not acceptable. I just can't replicate myself. There's just only me. However, our 12 days of group, right? You know, two turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. Yeah, I didn't do well in singing. However, the deal is whatever group session you want to buy, or as many group sessions as you want to buy, figure out what you're struggling with. And especially if you've got no plans for these 2 weeks, my school guidance counselors, my parents, that took the 2 weeks off for Christmas. I'm cruising. And when I have studied for a test, I've cruised when I was getting my PhD. I didn't buy the internet, but what I did was I downloaded all the articles I need to read. I understand that in my life, time is a really big deal. It's a really big deal. And you know, Dr. Pam says that you need to study 15 hours a week. I know. 3 hours each day, an hour in the morning, hour at night, and the hour in the evening. You want to focus on very specific content and understand whether it's human behavior, whether it's the interventions, whether it's the code of ethics. You have to know them to be able to repeat them. We don't ever claim to make you a better therapist. That's not my job. That's your job. Better therapists, better clinicians, better social workers, better counseling come from having experience and really good supervision. That is not my job to make you a better counselor, supervisor, etc. My job is to make you a better test taker. And while we do that, it increases your vocabulary. I say all that to say, to remind you, we got the 12 days of Christmas sale, right? Dr. Pam will be cruising. Our office will be closed. And we really want to make sure those of you that are off have the opportunity to study. So if you see my screen, it's our 12 days of Christmas sale. 20% off any group recordings. Yes, you are more than welcome to watch the free ones. I do not mind. But one thing that we're including today, which I never do, is we're including practice tests. Yes, we are. Most often, practice tests come from live sessions. But since my staff will be gone and you may have a test late December or early January, I kind of feel bad. So it gets a practice test. So whether you're a LCSW, LMSW, bachelor's level, NCE, LPC, NCH, MCE, whatever you choose to purchase, whatever group you choose to purchase, that will include a 200 question practice test with explanations. Because remember, Dr. Pam does not think that taking test questions is studying. I want you to understand why you don't get it. I want you to understand why you got it right or wrong. Either way. So I just want to let you know we're offering this deal. My bad, because I assumed everybody was off, but we are traveling. And I just don't want to make sure any of my clients who are working with us who have a plan to pass late December, early January are left out. That's not fair to you, because Dr. Pam needs some R&R. So 20% off any group session recording of your choice. I would buy more than one. I'm just saying. I would. And you get a free practice exam to supercharge your study prep. Hurry. It's on the 12 days of Christmas. So that means it's from today, 12/9, all the way to 12/21, because Dr. Pam gets on a cruise ship on 12/22. It's a great deal, and we never, ever, ever self-practice tests. We'll definitely include them in individual sessions with us and group sessions, but we've never sold one ever. That goes against everything Dr. Pam believes in. But I feel bad because we'll be traveling, and those who need to study, I understand that. I really, really do. So this offer is not good for everybody. It's only for those school system people or people that are home that really have the time to assess. So here's the link. I'll put it below in this recording. Remember, subscribe. We release new videos very, very often. Okay. So You get group recordings of your choice at 20% off. And if you only buy one, you still get a free test with explanations. Guys, I definitely hope that 2025 is your year of passing. We definitely understand that not everybody needs tutoring. Not everybody needs tutoring. There are people that go in and they take the test and they pass. My people that need tutoring are the smart kids. You're the students in high school and college that always got A's. You knew how to get the A. However, you never learned how to study. And now you've taken this test, or maybe once, twice, or more than that, and you get there and you're upset because you can't pass the test because you're the smart kid. You went in your grad school program, you read the rubric, you followed the rules, and you got an A. And this test is not about your skills. It's just not. It's about your ability to take a standardized test. I will let you know that we are research and evidence based. I started this program because I had taught in other countries and helping non-native English speakers pass the SAT, the ACT to get into a American university. So what we did is really kind of looked at how that worked. And then we hired a neuro surgeon to be a consultant. So what we know is we are trying to change your pathways. We're trying to change those fingers, right? So neurons light up, light up, light up, light up. And I'm only trying to really touch on the things that you already know. I'm not teaching you how to pull teeth. I'm not teaching you brain surgery. I'm reminding you of what you learned in grad school. I'm reminding you of what you do all day, every day. But remember, you cannot bring the test into what you do, but you can, I'm sorry, wow. You cannot bring you into the test. So many times I have clients and I'll ask them, can you give a gift? Well, my agency says blah, 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 $25, blah, blah, blah. That is not true. That is not written anywhere in the code of ethics. So you definitely cannot bring what you do every day into this test. What you can do, though, is give the verbiage of what you do, the verbiage learned on the test, and bring it into your office. All of you use Carl Rogers. All of you are person centered. A client comes in and tells you some really awful things, and you don't go, ah! We just say, thanks for sharing. I appreciate that. And we really want to listen more. That's Carl Rogers. You do it all day, every day. Most of my clients do some sort of solution focused. My EAP providers and my guidance counselors, you don't have 27 weeks to fix a client. You work on a solution focus based. The solution focus says the miracle question. You woke up tomorrow, the miracle happened, right? What does it look like? So if my 10, right, if I'm not depressed, my 10 is I'm walking, I'm getting up at 5 a.m. and I'm jogging, sing with the birds, la, 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 la. That's my 10. So every time I come in to see you, all you want to know is how close am I to my 10? And it's not like I don't care, but in many of the environments that we work in, we just don't have that time to go back to when you were 3. Now, if I'm a psychodynamic, remember psychoanalytic was Freud when he started. That's when I started. And you could lay on my couch for 3 to 5 years. It was so great. I'm old. I did not learn how to write measurable goals. That wasn't a part of my teaching. But now we use a psychodynamic where there's 12 weeks and we have to really focus on our goals matching the client's goals as well as my theoretical orientation. The goal is you do this all day, every day. I will never, ever, ever, ever make you a better clinician. I will make you a dang good test taker and I'll increase your vocabulary. So again, this is not for everyone. I'll remind you of that. If you've got to work over the break and you get off one day, don't bother. But if you are one of my people that are taking time off for your kids, you work for the school system, you've got some 2 weeks to pass, and you're going to schedule and take the test late December, early January when we're gone, this is a deal just for you. I really hope that you enjoy this deal. I also really hope that I see you in a live session. I know many of you love our videos, but I promise you a live session is so much more fun. You get to ask me questions. If you are talking back to your screen when you're watching my videos, if you're like waiting for the answer and you in my group sessions, you're like, oh, they're wrong. You probably need to be in a live session. And our group sessions are the cheapest way to be in a live session with me. I love what I do. I hope it shows every day. My calling in life, my calling is for my Heavenly Father, is to help you get this test. I truly believe that my gifting is to teach, but I also believe that my clients have a gifting to change the world. And while this license will not make you a better person, it will definitely allow you access to people that you would not normally see, and it'll increase your income. And I think that's what your Heavenly Father has for you. Guys, I hope to see you in an actual session. Look below to get any more information about us. And if I don't see you, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. Bye, guys.